In the final days of 1917, a young woman flew 610 miles solo, then flipped her plane upside down in front of a crowd at a California racetrack. She didn't do it for fame. She did it to support troops at war. This is the forgotten story of Katherine Stinson at Tanforan. I'm Bill, and this is Buffalo Air Park. Let's dive in. On December 30th, 1917, the grandstands at Tanforan Racetrack in San Bruno, California, were packed. Not for horses, but for heroism. The 144th Field Artillery Regiment, better known as the Grizzlies, had trained here before heading off to war, and now thousands gathered to support their comfort fund. But the main attraction wasn't a general or a politician, it was a woman. Katherine Stinson had just flown 610 miles from San Diego, nonstop and solo, a record-breaking flight in her modified Curtiss JN4 Jenny, powered by a Curtiss OX5 V8 engine. It was the longest nonstop flight by a woman in the United States. She didn't fly for spectacle, she flew for service. Awaiting her was Captain Tom Gunn of the Chinese government flying forces. In a moment of international recognition, Gunn presented her with a medal from the President of China, honoring the goodwill and inspiration she spread during her 1916-1917 flight tour across Tientsin, Peking, and Hong Kong. You can see it here, the medal hanging from a ribbon around her neck. A quiet tribute to how one woman's skill and courage helped spark interest in aviation across an entire continent. Captain Gunn later recalled how young Chinese students signed up in droves after watching her fly. The crowd stretches behind rope barriers, and the ornate clubhouse stands proudly in the background, once a horse racing venue, now a military camp, and on this day, a stage for patriotism and wonder. Even after such a long flight, Katherine wasn't done. She climbed onto the wheel in her dress and hat to personally inspect the engine, a standard procedure for her. The exposed valve train of the OX5 needed attention, and she knew every inch of that aircraft. Next, she inspects two wing struts, essential components for the biplane's structural strength. She tests their straightness and flexibility before choosing the better of the two, because even after 610 miles, safety matters more than spectacle. And that large red cross painted on the rudder? That was no accident. Katherine added it herself to show her unwavering support for the Red Cross and its wartime efforts. Her plane didn't just carry her across the sky, it carried a message. And then came the show. According to press reports, she performed a stunning series of aerobatics, loops, inverted flight, the aerial tango, and stunts designed to mimic the evasive maneuvers of wartime pilots. 2 flights, 1 message. The event also featured motorcycle and auto races, making it a full-throttle tribute to speed, bravery, and the future of American strength, on the road and in the air. And, as the camera lingers on Kay, holding a wing strut, standing in front of a star-emblazoned emblem, she looks back with a smile, not for the spotlight, but for the mission. Katherine Stinson wasn't just an aviatrix. She was an ambassador of flight, a record setter, and a wartime fundraiser. She did it all with grace, humility, and resolve. On that December day at Tanforan, she showed America and the world that courage wears many faces, and sometimes it wears goggles and a dress.